Welcome back, guys, to Unix Brothers podcast. I'm back again with my two favorite colleagues. We're just missing one. We have the one that did not show up last time. Yeah, he didn't show up last time, Mikaf. But it's good to see you, my brother.
It's good to hear. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Again, it's your boy, Young Clinstana, aka YCS the plug. And on my right, I've got.
Obi tries, I'm saying old school motherfucker. Yeah.
It's fine, I'll put it so today, but it's okay. And on my left, I've got.
G. No AKAs.
Dog. Oh, shit.
Not like that.
Okay, anyways, we're glad to be alive once again. Without you guys, this podcast wouldn't be possible. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share while you're at it. Today's topic is one that's also very lucrative, and we feel like we really need to scrutinize this thing because we feel like we're at the depth of a hard time in this topic. Today's topic is about South African hip hop, and as much as it feels like we shouldn't be touching this topic because of how sensitive it will touch many viewers, we wanted it to do so because this podcast is not like any other. We are unique, and we're supposed to tell you what you don't know and what you already know. So, without further ado, we'll jump into it. Perfect. I don't know about this topic right now, but I know you guys have favorite artists everywhere. I know you have favorite artists in South Africa, just as you have internationally. Who's your favorite artist?
I would actually just to enter rap, because of like not everybody knows what's happening. I will start off by saying hip hop MZANSI, hip hop South Africa.
Yeah.
Where does it really start?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where does it start? And like the foundation itself for us to be here. I'll just share a little bit of 2021. First things first, hip hop MZANSI was actually introduced in the 1986, I think 1980s in America, but 1986 there was an artist called R.I.P. Hotman Sinyaka.
Yes.
He actually had a track called Ntate Sinyaka. That's where more or less he started our own style, and that was more or less like basement for Kwaito and as we go on. And we had people who actually, I would say, disenfranchised. They didn't have a franchise. They actually pioneered this whole thing. I'm talking about Double HP, I'm talking about Zaps, I'm talking about Pro Kid. You know what I'm saying? And they were actually using it to voice out the challenges that South Africans are facing.
Yeah.
So if we can start there, then we're good to go.
Yeah. So it's a good analogy that you've brought up. Actually, I was actually going to get into it. The reason why I asked, "Or who's your favorite artist?" is because I didn't want to touch some people somewhere. I didn't want to touch some people so we can avoid touching each other in the wrong places. But when you speak about pioneers, the people who started the game, right? It's actually a good thing to let people know, guys, what hip hop is. Hip hop is a very good cultural activity that most youth use to uplift and speak through music so that they can uplift other youth or other people in such a way. When we have political problems, we use that to voice our problems. When we have societal problems, we use that to voice. Yeah, I understand. Now we're in an era where it's more voiceable, it's more reachable to everyone because of the technology we have. So starting off with what happened back then with the Motoko originators and the Double HP and the Pro Kid and all of those, the people that pioneered Do you guys really think Hore, they set the mark that they were supposed to have set for us now, in from when they started? Because when they came in the game, they were introducing it with only a small group, only a small faction
Yeah.
was touched. You see, when they were doing the whole hip hop thing and introducing it to the game, do you really feel, opinion wise, that they really did a whole lot in the game, for especially for people that now, you
Yeah.
understand, don't know even about those
I'll
people
let
who
you
started.
go.
Yeah,
I'll let you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, I feel
and then-
like they open doors for like new artists and so much creativity in the game right now, other like than before, because we only like knew, okay, this guy is doing this, and people following him like would be doing the same thing like he's doing, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now hip hop has shifted in a way that like you have so many like styles of rap.
Yeah,
We have mumble rapping also.
yeah, bubblegum rap.
Yeah. So I feel like they did like open doors for a lot of artists that we know right now.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, the impact that they actually have, or they, should I say, had, because you hardly find this. Like you had a group. I would say, what's the niggas called?
Squatter camp.
Squatter camps.
Yeah.
You never had this one person standing out. Mutswako, you had like, bam. You know,
It's like
group of-
Orafe and
yeah,
they were,
like this, like you niggas united, and then from there on, you start building up yourself.
yeah.
You slow on. We had groups in Cape Town. I don't remember the names.
Driven Scout.
I think it is. Yeah. It is. It is. Yeah.
There was a group in Cape Town, like a group of people. That's where the likes of what's this nigga called with the blonde hair? I'll remember the name, don't worry.
Yeah.
But it was a kid group. They had like a lot of artists. Ne? And then those artists, they grew up, you know. Yeah, you remember the group scheme? Scheme, Baba's J, what.
Oh yeah, Papa's J, and then where they took like the Kwaito era.
Ishmael, that's the
yeah,
name.
they
Ishmael
made it
came
hip
from-
hop.
he came from there. So hip hop MZANSI has played a big
Very
role,
huge role.
a huge role. That's why, like, I salute. I salute.
Speaking of role, right? With the pioneers, we get, or the Grootmans. They came in the game. They did what they did to pave a way for the engineers, right? Because your pioneers, the ones who started, and the engineers that move, so that we could get to this point. Like now, from them there was an era, Yabo Casper, Yabo AKA, Yabo. You understand? Do you guys really feel like the game has been engineered in the right path? And which it has been engineered in the right path, which decade do you guys really feel like was the best for hip hop, South Africa, like hip hop Zanzibar, which decade do you feel like was the best for hip hop, and yeah,
I'll
basically
say,
yeah.
that, I'm not saying niggas are not hungry, but the best era was when the niggas were really hungry because they spit bars and they were talking real life situations, which of even if Magogo was a kitchen, we are pega, they'll be like, they'll be like, it wasn't about nanyaswega, nginentombi, ngiyahlaba, or stuff like that, right? It was something it was inspiring each and everybody from the youngest to the oldest. That's when niggas were hungry. So now, because of the dough started getting in, niggas started forgetting actually what's the purpose
of the hip hop.
this. And remember, music is art. And for you to actually know your art, that's when you find your purpose in life. That's why you're here. That's why we have different kind of arts. Like you all niggas now, this is an art.
Yeah,
You see?
yeah.
So which decade do you think is like the best for hip hop?
For me, I'd say like from the 2000s, like 2000 and let's say 2002. When was it? like when there was Zola,
Yeah,
Koki,
yeah, yeah.
until I think like it stopped like being at its peak when fans became rappers, you know?
Yeah, when
Because
everybody could do
yeah,
that. Mm.
right now everyone can rap. That's why I was
So basically, you're saying like if we like decades to put in decade format, like your 2002 to your 2012,
let's
and then
say
your 2012 to probably like your 2015, 16 day.
16 when like
Yeah, just
the
to
last
add
time
more.
like we
Yeah.
had like real music, bro, it was I think 2016 when Aries and STC were
We're
both
having
coming
them,
up.
yeah, coming
Bruh,
up,
it
yeah.
was
Yeah,
rare,
that's
rare,
true.
bro.
That's true.
Right now, him and STC is singing. I'm not saying like I'm against it. He's my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
But then like, bro, like when niggas were rapping, you knew that like that was hip hop. You wouldn't say if like we had to differentiate, we wouldn't say mumble rapping is rapping. You know, it would be some maybe like some genre or whatever. It wouldn't be considered as rapping. But right now, hip hop is mixed with a lot of things that devalues hip hop on its own. Bro. Yeah.
So
And by the way, okay, I don't know if Google's giving me the right definition, but hip hop originally was like an MC who can actually talk
Yeah.
with a certain style.
Yeah.
So it was liked by the people, like, yo, this MC can actually, you know, rhyming and all that.
I believe like what you're trying to say is like, sorry to cut you off. What you're trying to say is like hip hop is a style that was made through rap, and rap is rhythm and poetry, and they go together because without the rhythm you can't do as much flows and a cadence. You understand that
Yeah.
come with the poetry, right? So now people needed a sound that made it a style in which they made it hip hop, which is the poetry over rap music. So I feel like what he's saying is when they stopped rapping, when they stopped rapping, then it stopped being hip hop. It became a subgenre, it became subdiverged, but it never had the element, it no longer had the element of rap what it was. Like you see, what he's practically saying, when Nestle C came out, he had your Price CD. That was one of the hardest mixtapes to ever come out from a 16-year-old. By the time you were 16, like that's some dope imagery to give the next and coming. You understand? When we heard Aris's EP, before he was even in Ambitious, he was really rapping on different styles. You understand? And if you go and listen to that EP, you'll realize how much versatile Aries is. Like not the Aries here one now. Now niggas are singing. Now niggas are doing one flow. Now niggas are trapping. Because I feel like it's not that trap really trapped the minds of the youth, but they use that to actually leisurely say we can all rap. You understand? If we can all do. And now, what's the quickest way to sell through rap music? It's through the imagery, and the imagery must be accompanied by the lyrics, and the lyrics must be something that's not censored for young kids anymore. It's something that must come up with yo money, yo that the hands, the whatever,
It's like
the liquor,
promoting
the
SDA. It's like promoting SDA, basically, sex, drugs, and alcohol. And I already, like when I started, I said, this the purpose was to actually enlighten the people and then actually, like, you know, both to say push. At the end of the day, you know, you might be going through some stuff, and then that similar artist, that particular artist might be reaching out for you and say, brother, don't worry, sister, don't worry, because now what are we seeing on social media nowadays? What are we seeing? You see?
So, with everything that we've been talking about so far, like, I feel like when it comes to the way hip hop is to the media, it's to uplift young ones, right? As we've said, and it's to uplift the next generation and that generation. What negative impacts do you guys really feel like were the biggest to influence the young generations that have come on this generation now What negatively impact?
Okay. Personally, on my own opinion, it's that it was brought under this umbrella to say like it must actually promote drugs,
Yeah, yeah.
alcohol, favor, gangsterism. Like whenever you talk about hip hop, they'll touch you under that umbrella, of which, of course, like I said, people don't understand. That's why we're having one of these topics for it. Hip hop it's not drugs, it's not sex, it's not alcohol, it's none of those. It's just that those things were blended in just to try and make it nicer. That's the negative impact that it has. Because like whenever you can find somebody walking around with headsets, and you're like, can I please listen to what you are listening?
Yeah.
That's vibrations, bro. That's vibrations. And it actually registers here.
Yeah, in your subconscious.
You see, it registers here. And then at the end of the day, as a society, we take it like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. You can have some drugs. You can get drunk. You can have sex.
I was
So,
watching.
You see.
I was watching one interview yesterday, and it was so heartbreaking because it's about a 11-year-old child who was being nahaliwa. He was being stricken. You understand? More. He was being put in place by his elders, or because the mother was complaining of him going to taverns. An 11-year-old child going to taverns and skipping school, and he said that it's because he smokes whatever, but he was indulging and he was trying it, and it sounded cool because he saw it from wherever, and he heard it from wherever through his artist saying it was nice. Now when you think about it, because how these people don't know they're influencing these young ones, because you've got influencers, right, and then you've got artists, which is two different things. And what they don't understand is they do this. They cross bridges. An artist can become an influencer, an influencer can eventually become an artist, right? And how much you influence the people through your artistry is what you're not really sure of how much it will impact the next one. So I felt like, so our game right now is feeding the young ones at 11 years to be like, it's all right to go to a tavern, you understand, and enjoy and sleep outside the house. Bro, what is the mother thinking? Like, who feel a young dog? Like an 11-year-old going out there enjoying some of the, you understand? So sometimes, as Krugman said, that it's in the subconscious. They listen to it without understanding that it's rewiring their brains slowly but surely, right? And then one day it comes back to your conscious and be like, drugs. Because somebody else is doing it. No, that guy said it on the song that it was cool to do it. So why not let me indulge in it? You understand what I'm saying?
Sorry for that. And you must understand, I get it, like minds of our minds are very, like, they can store up so much information. I can't compare us to a computer with Now imagine a child doesn't know anything, and then you start feeding them with this information, you're feeding them. So actually it's gonna register and it's gonna be like, okay, this is cool. So this is what we are discussing now, the negative impact that the music was put under a certain umbrella. I don't wanna touch anything about color, race and stuff, but obviously it's American African. It's American, remember that. African American. American.
And then when you talk about that, man, I'm not sure if it was an artist or I don't remember quite well, but then he said record labels, they push these messages of like drugs and alcohol to us people so that like we can be hooked on and see those things as like they are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
You know, you the real thing when you smoke or when you drink. So, and even like, when you're talking about influence, there was I saw a kid who has a check with, who's this? I'm like, it's a young boy, bruv. I don't think like he even reached the 11-year-old age group. I mean, like, he's rapping about killing niggas and things like that.
Why
I'm
wanna
like,
know about like
I would
don't you
I
see
would
like what's
I would
going on?
mention
And
names.
women,
There's
like-
one who's actually playing dice and having this with this young one overseas. He's actually like living like a gangster, and he's a boy, dog. He's
Yo.
a boy. Like you should be a boy, but then I feel like if you do that to him, what's gonna happen to him in the future?
Yeah.
Because already the thing is embodied in him, like, okay, sure, I'm gonna push, I'm gonna talk about guns, gambling.
Because of the exec, the record label execs.
And with the dancers around him, but
Sure. So I was like, Emma, how can like someone who's maybe 20 something years old twerk in front of a young kid like that, bro?
Leo.
Like it doesn't make sense. Or
But
even the parents.
it's been happening since, bro. But it's just you. That's why I said you have an influencer, you have an artist.
Yeah.
Those could start diverge, right? If you can listen to how Weezy tells how when he was just 9.
Yeah.
And he was initiated into the gang of Young Money. You hear how the stories of for his birthday, the fruit strippers and you kind of like, Marano. You understand?
Yeah.
Adults are making these kids do these things without thinking about the consequences of how far it will socially damage them, you understand, in the future.
But the thing is, I feel like even us, like, we are the problem, like, to these kids, bro. Because you can't be, okay, let's say that kid is rapping about guns and stuff like that. He's famous. Everyone is saluting that kid like, Hamana is some big dog or Hamana is just a kid. Just tell that kid, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Hamana, the kid is not even. I think like they suspended him from school for being like or I think like he brought his gang to the school. Like what nonsense is there?
He wanted to be Weezy. You know, Weezy brought the Mercedes, the latest. Was it Mercedes or BMW? I think, if I'm not M3 to school. And back then they were like the shit, you understand? And he brought it to school when he was like what, 14, 15, somewhere around there. Yeah, man. So like the influence, you understand? It's just that now when we're looking at passing down, you understand, to the next generation, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say, but like if you can ask yourself what really happened to hip hop, like what really happened to hip hop, bro? When did it go wrong? Like, was it when they introduced trap and it was the influence for the youngins, or was it when everybody had the platform to do what they wanted to do?
I feel it became like this now because it started when how can I say, immediately like people were easily getting like access to music or distributing music. So that's what like led everything to go the other
I
side.
said into that because basically before you can actually even when you start recording, before you can make other people listen, I think there was some kind of a nearby controller, I think. But you can't say this, but you can do yeah. I'm not saying it's wrong. Everybody have a freedom of speech now. We have a freedom of this, we have a freedom of that. Yeah. But then what are you saying to the nation? What are you saying to the people? What are you saying to the world?
Yeah.
Or what? I wouldn't go even go my states and stuff like that. Give away lots of the deep, like how they're embracing the negativity more than the positivity.
Yeah.
That's the least I can say. I cannot say more than that. But if you get it, you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So For hip hop, I believe it's like it gives a person a thought to like say, if I go into this hip hop game, this is my imagery. Yeah, set. Even if it's somebody who's not signed under a record exec, they're gonna go into the game knowing that this is who I can be, this is what my target market is gonna be, and this is gonna be my little cult. Cause it goes deeper, bro. Like, with the rituals and the whole thing, like the Illuminati faction in the States. You know that we also have our own cult in MZANSI and our own rituals that are going on. Where people are sacrificing what. And mind you, if you are close to that faction, if anybody dies in your family, they're like, "Ish, damano sacrifice it's a mama ha. Damano sacrifice it's a papa
I
ha."
think like even MT said it like in Manando, the Manando track. It's like my uncle died. They blamed him and thought he was Illuminati. So things like this happen even this side. Yo. It's just that like they are not brought out like that. Like in the states. In the states, man, it's a normal thing, and right now they're even promoting it. Like,
Yes, it's like that's why I say they promote more negativity than positivity.
So basically, it's about promoting. It's about what you promote to the media. And speaking of promoting, niggas are coming out of the closet, bro. Niggas are wearing flamboyant stuff. Niggas are wearing, I don't know, my niggas. Niggas are wearing things to show that they are part of something, But I feel like influential artists are the most dangerous ones because for now you might feel like it's a laughing stock and we're laughing about it as a nation and we're like bana damane uja banana yang bana damane uapere crop top bana damane, but in the long run it's not gonna be a joke anymore when 80% of South African rappers do it. Then you understand that shit, them niggas up there, they did what they wanted to do. They were able to control the minds of the generation now. Because if trap could trap all these other niggas, right? Then imagine what they can do with the way they're promoting this thing, not just sex violence, but they're doing it through gender as well, bro. Like it's that deep, like they did it through gender. Now you'll have hey, let me not say that. But you'll have it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's deep.
That's why I wanted to actually not really cut you off, but say like, okay, that was the what we asked for, what negative impact it has, and we spoke about some positive impacts. So now we're speaking MZANSI hip hop now.
I felt like we diverted.
So there's so much to talk about.
That's a problem. Sorry viewers, we are being on track now.
We talked about the era in which hip hop was doing good. We talked about
Nigga, I fell forward. Nigga.
All right. Yes, as you were saying, we started with the intro. We talked about the positive impact. We talked about the negative impact. And now it's time to go to the juicy part. Yeah. And I have my two gentlemen here. Who do you think still holds fire? Who do you think still represents MZANSI hip hop at this point of time?
In terms of rap and hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Is it a personal opinion or is it a nation opinion? Or
this should be MZANSI, bro. When I say MZANSI, I'm talking about. I get it now. We were combined government and everything. So now I'm taking hip hop, trap, and all of them. Like, who do you think like now is actually standing out and still holding the flag?
Can I go first? It's gonna touch.
Opinionated.
It's gonna touch you guys, ne? But opinionated, ne? I'm just gonna go with the facts that I know. Bro, there's nobody that holds a candle to Nasty right now. There's no one on South African motherland soil.
funny
On your
enough,
MZANSI sunrise, equatorial hot sunness. There's nobody that is holding, and like not even a bar for bar. Dog. Like, that's how I feel, right? Like you have to understand, right? Like it's more painful when that nigga is representing us from that side, right? He's representing us from that side, and he's still killing it with bars this side. Because there's supposed to be niggas that step up and be like, hey man, that nigga, he's doing it, man, I'm holding it down here while he's busy holding it down that side with bars, with rap. But right now, niggas all sound the same. There's nobody that sounds, hold on, let me finish my statement. There's nobody that sounds like that nigga. That nigga's 1-to-1. There's only copycats of that nigga.
Okay.
That nigga is a pioneer of his own era, an engineer of his own era, and he's a proper influencer, dog.
I heard it like
this rap game.
A snippet of Usman, bruh. That nigga sounds like Nasty, bruh. And that when I heard that snippet, it reminded me of like 031, that 031 track of.
I'm from 031, I rap a fucking Z. Hey,
bro. Hey, Nasty, what's happening now? Are you Usman, man? What's happening? So I'm like, hey, man, that nigga has more influence on the South African
scale level.
Yeah, like hip hop wise, and people like to say, nah, we can't relate to Nasty, but still stream his music. Like, he still has like the monthly listeners, like beating every rapper on Spotify. Then niggas will
He's
say,
the rapper closest to Amapiano. He's the rapper closest to Amapiano wave streams.
We don't relate to
There's
Nasty.
nobody else
How
being streamed like that nigga. Because Amapiano is fucking us up, and that nigga has an equivalent number of streams closest to these Amapiano cats.
So you go with?
I'm gonna say Nasty's taking it. He's not my personal, right? But to give you like the reality and the facts.
Who's your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper. Yo, my favorite rapper is me, dog. My favorite rapper is me, dog.
Like,
No, we talking.
Like,
we talking. I know you're hip hop artist. I know you. But now we're talking those that are
have already
on the
made
mainstream.
it. Yeah, on the mainstream.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make it.
You made it already.
Yeah.
You're just telling them that you're coming.
Yo, you know that question? It's like, hey, man, who's your favorite artist song? And then you're like, ish, I'm searching now.
yeah.
But, in fact, yo, South African wise, bro. Can I choose somebody who's right now? Skip me for a second. I'll fix myself.
Like, even if it's not somebody who's on top of the charts, but according to what you like, listen.
Yeah.
Now, for now, I'll say that I've listened to the niggas, and them songs and stuff like that. Yeah. But the style that I liked, was I'm not gonna be, but Tattoo Soul,
Yeah.
I can relate a lot.
For me, like the problem with
even though you just went quiet,
I don't wanna lie. He does have bars and stuff like, but then, bro, it's like you know his next flow.
Yeah.
Like you always know. He's gonna,
do you know why? Do you know why? It's that 012 season Yabona, right? The let me just go a bit off what I wanted to say a bit, ne? You have 25K, you have Tattoo Soul, you have Latinova Pounds, you have Majidaba Shapaspitor. You understand? You have that nigga who was signed by Skanda World, whatever. The niggas that were holding it down for that period, right? Now you have those niggas as concentrated juice. You have all these other niggas that come with their diluted juice and they want to do the same thing. And then now it becomes the same.
Yeah, but then speaking of Tato Soul right now, bro.
But Tato's dope, dog. I'm not gonna cap with you, ne. Tato is really hardcore. He's a nigga that from the hood. He grew up from the hood. He knows how to relate with many people, most of his fans, because they know how he grew up and how they grew up.
Nah, brother. There's a diss track from, I think like it's 25K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said like things that he raps about inspiration from like what someone told him. So it's not like he lived to see those things that he's rapping about. So that's why like 25K was saying, I think like he's saying like he's a fake gangster or something like that. So bruv, like I don't wanna lie, I also like I do have his album on my favorite albums, but then I feel like dog, you have to be creative. I shouldn't like predict your next flow or what you're going to say.
But that's why I feel like that's what I was saying, right? That was something that, like, you see how you said Nasty C and then Usmaimani and all of that. It's the same way. They pioneered. It's not like they started Spitori rap, but they made it more waveable. They made a wave. And when all these other niggas come, they diluted more to such a way, no, it's unhearable anymore. You understand? Like 25K right now, you don't even you know what he's gonna rap about.
But then dog, like with 25K, it's different, dog.
How is it different?
It's very. He doesn't have like the same exact flows on every track, bro. You can check like his album like Peli Makaveli. Then you check Kanagin Life is Gangster. Life is Gangster, it's like the same flow from track 1 until I don't know check how many tracks it does have. But then you have what's this? King Peli Makaveli. Dog, they're different. Like it gives like different types of vibes, bro. Even though like Life is Gangster, it's still the same, but then it's different, bro. With the flows, I'm actually like on the flows. He does the same exact flow.
So who are you going with?
For me, like between the two.
No, like yo.
My favorite rapper has to be Nasty, bro.
Nasty. So it's
Because
Nasty.
like because of how versatile that nigga is. And even though some people sleep on that nigga like big time, bro. And he can say something. I remember like back then, man, so we had like this debate about Aries being like the biggest lyricist against Nasty. So I think which track? I think like we played Vent. Then we played. They chose like I think like Aries' best like track like that they trust. Then when like I was busy like explaining the lyrics to the niggas, then he said like yo Nasty is hard dog. So like people,
he's hard.
they like they listen just to vibe to his music. That's how, that's how intelligent that nigga is. He doesn't have to make them like a verse that is hard for you.
It just flows.
Yo,
I believe you know
bruh.
what's the thing.
Just
Like,
flow.
we also have this talk of when it comes to a rap, what it takes to be a rapper. You need a certain cadence. You need a certain type of delivery. You need a certain type of flow. You understand? Those are one of the few basic things to make a rapper. So if you can have flow but don't have delivery, the bars won't hit hard as much as they need to. You can say something so dope, right? But it will fly over the listener's ear and won't even rewind because you did not deliver it the way it was supposed to. But you can say something so whack. You understand? And you'll be like, you did you play that man? But when you reverse it, like, he was just saying something simple. But the way he delivered it, like, I want to give you an example, like McLaren Dope Boy, right? McLaren, hey, y'all don't, I don't know what to say right now. Yeah, help me God. McLaren Dope Boy can say the dumbest shit that you guys never even think about, right? It's not like one of his best lines, right? But the way he delivers it, dog, like
Yeah.
we rankar or yo, utlile daman o tshetse Hennessy mo khotong, like like you understand, like it's not really something out of this world, like wow, that nigga said that, but the way he delivered it made you feel like you understand, and that's what makes Maglera Dope Boy like a feature card in the South African music hip hop.
Yeah. Talking about him, Dope Boy, and I'm so I wouldn't say disappointed as such, but we're currently in the Northwest, and the nigga is holding the flag. I was listening to Radio 2000 now the other day. They mentioned Mutswako, and the first name that came up was Maglera Dope Boy because of the style and
Strata.
and then Strata.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Strata,
saying? Niggas dope like you see. So yes, man, like we're not saying whatever we're discussing here about artists, it's more of what you think and what you like. You can have your own point of view.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we salute these niggas, all of them. We salute them. Second question, can I ask about them artists? Who do you think? And why didn't you mention Casper anywhere else?
No, the thing is, right? Casper's of a certain era, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why I felt like when I ask the question of which decade do you, he's one of the power engineers. He's like the bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was like here next to Double HP.
Yeah, he's
he
like
was
the
always
bridge.
here next to Double HP. So who do you think now currently is one of the most successful rap artists in MZANSI?
It has to be Casper.
I'm talking about music wise, business wise.
Casper, dog.
Casper.
Nobody defeats his catalog
Like, okay, for example, who has a main band? Which rapper do you know has a main band?
right now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You know what? Which rapper has a McLaren?
Rolls Royce.
Fair enough.
B8, not just the McLaren. B8, you know?
Fair enough. So yeah, I guess if you say Kes takes it all, and we just hope that the others they actually can see or no, you can actually do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of Casper, can I tell you one thing, ne? I think this is my last question, right? With Casper, right? If you follow his footsteps and see how he's made it, you'll understand two certain things. One, that guy is one of the most resilient people to have ever been born in the hip hop era. He never stopped doing what he loved, even though people made him switch up and made him what he's not or painted him in a certain way, right? He's always held a candle for the hip hop game, right? Now, the second thing is he was not afraid to take chances, right? To explore, to experiment, to do things that would have taken him to a new height. And one of the things was him jumping to Amapiano. You understand? When the wave was still starting for the cats, the hip hop cats, he's one of those that also paved a way for the hip hop niggas to jump on the Amapiano. You understand? And if we are to be honest, guys, Amapiano is born and bred in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
And it's the reason we are on the map right now with a certain type of genre. And it's whooping hip hop so bad, bro. Like, let's put it like this. Statistically, right? If you want to know the best rapper right now for us, we've said Nasty C. Factually, so if you can go Google, watch your YouTube videos, whatever, they'll tell you why. I'm not going to go deep in that, right? The best hip hop rapper right now with numbers is sitting with the lowest Amapiano streamers, dog. What does that tell you? It shows that influential wise, none of our South African rappers, as big as they are, right, of this era, despite Casper also has his own stream numbers that sit with the Amapiano cats, right? But the one of this era is only one person who matches up with selling units, copies of CDs, whatever, streams, numbers. He's the only one that is pacing. So it becomes such a thing where we like, even after the COVID even after the COVID, when people were saying no because of COVID, my brand, my hip hop, whatever, my record label went down because we were able to bounce back, right?
Okay.
But this Amapiano wave, buffet to
So
this
now,
thing.
okay, so now, I think this is the last question. Is MZANSI hip hop still alive? Has it died? Do you still believe that the niggas will rise?
You know what I can say then? It's sort of like it's still there. You know when it's like I mean, when you are in a race, né? Like you make like a 300 meter, you have to get somewhere in it.
Yeah.
I'm a piano is dang, hip hop is coming up, but it's not
Coming,
coming, it's coming,
right.
but
Alright.
it's still far. So I feel like I'm a piano has shifted everything, especially like right now since people can rap on like beats. What they used to do on hip hop beats,
They can do it on Amapiano. Yeah, that's
and
what
they
I'm
make
saying.
it like soulful. Or for example, love songs. Let's say Abalele, you know, like something you can relate to, like even harder, especially like when that lock drum hits every wow.
And
So
I was speaking of that. You gave me something because of now. When we started, remember we talked about Sinyaka, Mtate Sinyaka. It was like Mtate Sinyaka, hip hop, ne? And it was the birth of Kwaito, ne? The birth of Kwaito, and then they came all these genres. But then when we talk about Amapiano, if I'm not maybe Kibua Gamkomo, it was derived from Kwaito. So it's the more modernized Kwaito. It's like they're just taking it slow. You can even check the dance move. It's so easy to
even
dance
like
to.
other tracks, like you can hear the flows like from old tracks. Like, old
You
tracks.
cannot create something that was
They're just
created
sampling.
before.
They sample.
Yeah.
Which is what probably hip hop niggas should do. You also start sampling and doing better. Yeah, I think we've actually came up with whatever we've said, guys. We are grateful and everything that you've done. Please continue viewing us. Please continue subscribing. Please continue liking. It's your boy YCS the Plug, aka Young Clintana, with my brother Obi Trice and
man.
Just G. We out.
Yeah. Nigga, I fell forward. Nigga, I fell forward. I don't influence, I incentivize. Big case the dealers are Kelly size. Hypnotic rhythm, how I memorize. I'm too specific, I don't generalize. I got master plans, while I fantasize. When I say I want my youngins to be better, I ain't telling lies. Family ties, healthy lies. Mindset, I visualize on how to get capital profit, reinvest in double time. Solitaires for my solid ties, moving solitary when we capitalize. Too clean, sanitized. Homicide is the promise I make when trying to look in the direction of where the profit lies. Hell the truth when the profit lies, cause the profit lies for the dollar signs. When it comes to profit, I don't compromise. Losses only spawn when it's compromised. It happens, right? Yeah. That's when we fail forward. Yeah, fail forward. Nigga, I took a loss today, I fell forward. Fail forward, yeah. Take a loss and learn, fail forward.
Yeah. Take a loss today, I fell forward. Yeah. I was out in H-Town slinging ganja out the corner store. Like, if I die today, I'm the greatest rapper never known. I know my story. 67 book, that's my allegory. Father, Son, Spirit, and Lead, the holy matrimony. I can't tally blessings with success. I just fell forward. Higher power writing these rhymes. Said hella straightforward. Take a left when trip gets too tough. Might get escape shortage. Wait for them to see to your face. You wasn't made for it. Let my father tell you the story about how you fell forward. Stab wounds and immigration laws. That's the forward.